Hello everyone, welcome back to Business Central Musings, your YouTube channel for everything Business Central. Today we continue our adventure through what Microsoft is bringing us new with Business Central 2024 Wave 2. And today we're tackling another new feature with Business Central 2024 related to development, AL development, and this is called pull extension source from GitHub when opening Visual Studio Code from web client. Let's get going. We are in learn.microsoft.com, and as you remember, a few episodes ago we talked about AL interfaces and how to extend AL interfaces, and go back to that episode related to extend AL interfaces if you need to review it. Then we did another episode on extend and customize profiles, and we saw how we can use profile extension objects. And the next news on AL front is package resources and extensions and access from AL. This is not yet ready. We are in October 2024, so this is coming in December 2024. The next one is pull extension source code from GitHub when opening Visual Studio Code from web client. And we see here that in extension management we have for each extension a new action here, open source in VS Code, and yeah, so we're gonna try to get to this one. But first of all, why would we need to pull extension source from GitHub when opening Visual Studio Code from web client? I had in the past a few tickets when let's say I had an extension that I deployed it into a lot of customers' tenants, and obviously I have different versions for different customers. So let's assume I deployed to one of the customer production tenant production environment version 1.0010. On other customers I have version 1.0025 or 30, or maybe I'm on 25.0 with my version. Anyways, the idea is that when a customer with an older version reported that there is a problem, and he clearly shows through the call stack that there is an error and that error belongs to my extension, then what I would have done in the past, I would have gone to GitHub or DevOps and try to locate in app.var history, in app.json history, the version of the app that customer has installed in their environment, and then I would try to pull in my local drive the version of the source code that was released with that app.json, and I would just start working on a fix for them, or maybe merge all the other changes, and maybe that error was fixed later on. So in anyways, with this version 25, Business Central 2024 Wave 2, we have a much shorter way of getting the source code for a specific app.json, and that is, we'll see next. We are here in VS Code, and I pushed to that environment this version of my extension, profile extension, and you see here in app.json a node source with elements repository URL and commit. The commit is fb9fca, and repository URL is the URL of my extension from GitHub. So we have that pushed into VS Code, and now let's also see on the terminal what commits we have for this, and we can see one fb9fca That was the commit. And if we look at commits, this is FB9FC8 is the commit, and at some point we had app.json, and for that specific commit FBCA, the element commit was 7655. So when we download FBCA, the commit FBCA, inside app.json we should have a value for this commit 765. So let's go to VS Code. Let's go to the browser and let's download. Let's try to open up VS Code. So I will close this editor and the folder, and let's move to the browser. So we are in the Business Central on the extension management page, and we're trying to open source in VS Code. We're prompted with this warning that we're trying to open up Visual Studio Code, and that's fine. And then we see this warning to allow a language extension to open this URI, which is also fine. We are prompted here to choose either open repository or clone repository. We're gonna clone the repository, and we need to choose a folder, open VS Code from web client, and we notice here a few messages: preload discovering AL objects and symbols. It's trying to fetch the Git repository, and yeah, we can try to pull the detached commit FB9FCA. Because we cloned the repository, we need to basically stash whatever we brought from the repository, which is the last version. Let's stash it as stash ABC. And unfortunately we get this unable to navigate to app with ID. This is our app 05CE, which is the one that's reported here, and if we look, it's 76552, which is basically the commit that we wanted, because if we look at the commits, this is the commit 765, and this is the last commit. And if we navigate or try to locate app.json through the changes, we see this is commit FB9FCA, so this is actually the commit that we want. So that's how we download a specific commit of our extension. Thank you for watching. I hope this helps, and I'll see you in the next one.